All right, I'm sure people will start joining as we get going, but welcome to Tuesday Q&A. There's only one person right now, but generally we're just here to take any questions you got. I don't have anything new that I can remember off the top of my head that came out. So yeah, I'm really just here to take any questions or talk to you about any issues you had over the past week or maybe 2 weeks, however long it is. But yeah, if you do have questions, feel free to unmute yourself and go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. Do you speak Spanish?
No, I
No, I
don't.
don't. Okay. Wait. It's just that yesterday I sent an email because I need codes, barcodes.
Okay, you need barcodes. Which company are you with?
We are in Mexico, in Veracruz, Mexico.
Okay, so which company?
It's Cintería 20 de noviembre.
Are you able to type it into the chat so I
Yeah.
can just?
Um,
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, and is this for a new rack location that you guys added, or is it a current one that you're needing to print off?
yeah, we already have like 1 year with you, and we need more barcodes. But I need to. I don't know how do you say two barcodes?
Okay, and I guess we're specifically talking about racking barcodes, right?
Yeah, the one that you put in the clothes.
Oh, you're talking about heat seals.
That's it's sorry.
Okay, gotcha. No, that's okay. Who did you send that email to?
To the support.
Okay.
Yes, let me. Yesterday they asked me like at what time they can call me back, and I told them that in 30 minutes, but then they didn't answer. And I need two of I don't know because it's a big one. It's the heat seals, the barcodes of the heat seals. Is that what you're talking me? No.
Yeah, yep, you're right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna send over a message to our team that makes the barcodes. I'm gonna let them know. How many do you need? Do you need 2 rolls?
Two rolls.
Okay.
And since we were with you, our heat seal, the one that on the machine, the heat seal,
Okay.
it didn't work. Okay, so I already, they already told me that they were gonna send me one, but it didn't. It didn't came. So I don't know what happened. And now we because it doesn't go back and like itself. I have to put it in that way. I already
I gotcha.
sent a video and they told me that they will replace it, but it never came. So I already wrote yesterday that I need to know what is going to happen because it doesn't like warm. Okay, now.
Okay, I gotcha. So you've called about, or you've put in an email about getting a new heat seal press or a replacement one, and then 2 rolls of barcodes, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, gotcha. And around what day did you put in about the replacing the heat seal press?
Well, they didn't tell me. They just told me that the one that sells was gonna send it to me, but I really forgot about it. So
Okay.
it didn't came. And I went last year to Orlando to the I don't know how
The
to.
clean shows, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I talked to a girl that speaks Spanish, and I had her number, and we used to have because since we were the we got the system, we didn't have like a how do you say I don't know like we didn't learn about that the system so good only we have like 1 day or two, but I don't know many things. So she told me that we will have like a class every week, but she travels alone a lot. So she told me because I need to have my inventory and I don't know many things. So she told me to write to the support because we need like classes for that since the beginning.
Okay, I gotcha. You probably spoke with, do you speak with Ross? Is that who it was?
Really, I think this is Rose. I don't. That was a girl that was there, but I think
Okay.
that she's very busy. The one that speaks Spanish.
Yeah, yeah. It was probably Ross. I mean, we have Spanish speakers in support as well, so they obviously can help whenever you put in tickets. Trying to figure out when or if we had that order in for that heat seal press.
It
Um,
was. I
yeah,
don't
do you have?
remember because we started like January and 2025, and I reported that heel seal. I think like months after, but I don't remember exactly the date. I think I have it in the email.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I mean, I guess I just need to wait to see if they've sent out those replacements or not, or if they've even received a request. What's a good number that I can reach out to you, or that our hardware guys can reach out to you to talk to you?
Well, it will be in the mail, or I will write you my number.
Sure.
I think that's my number in the.
Perfect. Got it. Okay, is there other stuff that you want me to, talk to you about, or anything that you've had issues with?
Yes, I asked her, I don't remember what I asked. Because we have barcodes to put the clothes in the rack, no?
Yep.
But we have other places like in Spanish we put like for the, how do you say, well, we have a lot of different places to put the clothes because I put it in large because of the dresses that are large. We don't put it in the rack, we put it in another way. So we have like four or five, and I asked her, how can I add a new one? So that's why she told me that I had to call support because I had to name a new one, a new location.
Oh, okay. So on top of that, you also need a new location for
Uh,
racking. Okay.
uh,
Okay. All right. And what do you want that new location to be called?
to call.
Yeah. What do you want it to be? Like, what do you want me to name it?
Uh-huh. I write it if you want.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
no sé. I have no. I need two ones. Or instead of tubo uno, you can put this. Make better.
Okay.
Tubo uno no. Only novia and manteles, please.
Okay. So three or just
Two. Novia and
two?
manteles. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gotcha. And what store are these supposed to be on?
Store?
I guess let me check to make sure that you either have one or two stores first. You only have one store. Okay.
Uh-huh. Only one.
I see that one is already created. One of them is Manteles is already created.
It's already great. Ah, okay. So sábanas. I think it's edredones, percha
Sabanas is
especial,
created. Yeah.
sábanas. Okay. Manteles too.
Let me share my screen so you can see it.
Okay.
It's gonna be really small, but try and make it
We need
bigger.
manteles,
Yep. And then
cojines, sábanas. Ajá. The other one. Edredones, percha especial. Ajá. Largo boda. Okay. So you have to put the novia,
okay.
please. Sometimes when I don't know why, when a customer pays us the ticket when he arrives, I print the ticket and it says like that he doesn't pay, that he hasn't paid, and in the screen it says pay, and I print it again and it says like to pay. I don't know why. It's not always, but I don't know if we do something wrong that printed like that.
So for that, I would probably need a couple examples just to see. So that way I can visibly show what's going on or where the issues may be.
Okay.
Do you have any customers that you can remember?
No, right now, no. It is only like sometimes,
Okay,
and I have to print it again, like the receipt of the pay of what they pay or something, because I already printed again and it said like they have to pay an amount, but in the screen it says like paid, so I don't know
I
what.
gotcha. I gotcha. So you're, as in what's on the bag, it shows that they owe you money, but then whenever you look at it, it already says paid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just based off an assumption, right, is that those customers are probably on auto pay, and so it charges automatically after it's already been racked. But
Mm-hmm.
what's being put on the bag is just showing what was owed. If that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense.
Yeah, I don't know why. So the barcodes, the new ones, how do I print it?
Yeah, I'll show you. All right, for these ones, you're going to go to settings, and then, and then you're
Huh?
going to go to storage. And then the second one is where I added it. You'll scroll down to the bottom and then click print barcodes right here.
Okay. So it's
You need me to show
settings.
you again? You want
Yeah.
me to show you again? Okay, that's fine.
Settings. Uh-huh.
Yep, settings, and
Storage.
then storage. Yep, and then the second one right here.
Mm-hmm.
And scroll all the way down to the bottom.
Okay. And print. If I wanna add a new one or remove, I can go there.
Yeah, yep, you can add it just by going here, hitting that
Okay.
add locations part. You just have to remember hit save after. And then if you're no longer using any of these, you can hit delete on them. But that's entirely up to you.
Okay. Well, I don't remember another thing because the one that I need is that you send me the heat seals, the barcodes, because I already only have one row.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll
Do
see.
you have do you have it do you have them in other colors or only in white?
No, yeah. Well, so the colors are there's like a small strip that is colored, right? So there's blue, red, green, yellow. Um, and I think there's also a black strip that they can do, uh, but those are the only colors.
Or it's only a strip, like a line,
Yeah, just on the left side of the little.
not all the paper.
No, not the whole paper. No.
Okay. No, it's really the same. Okay. So you will send me an email or something that to tell
Yeah,
me what is.
I'm gonna have either somebody call you or let me see if I already have an email for you.
Okay. That's okay.
Okay, I don't think I have an email for you, but if you want to send me one, I can we can send you over an email.
Do you want me to write the email? All
Yeah,
right.
you can. Yeah, you can write it in here.
Wait.
Okay. All right, very good. I'll have somebody reach out if they don't. I can reach out to you. All right.
Okay. I think that's
Oh,
all.
all right, very good.
Okay. Well,
All right.
thank you very much.
Yeah, you can stay in here if you'd like. I'll just be fielding other people's questions and stuff. So
Are they gonna okay. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
yeah, of course. All right. Other questions? I know of everybody in here. Somebody's got a question. Must be Will's on the phone. Enrique's working the counter.
I'm just here for the comments.
Okay, I gotcha.
Not really a
Brian.
question, but I wanted to thank, I think it was Chris. I don't know how many Chris's you guys have working, but he helped me create a KPI regarding phone calls. That was like about 2 weeks ago or a month ago, and they're very, very helpful. So just not really a question. And I have a lot more, but just get into them.
As in you have more reports or more questions?
Just just figuring out how they work, because I know Smart already has a lot of stuff in there, and I actually just find myself just looking at like why are things the way they are, not necessarily in Smart, just trying to literally, if this makes any sense, literally have be a dry cleaners have it be like Smart, the software, if that makes sense. like the software itself is like quite fascinating. And then if you can ever match, let's say your production plan the same as the software, and then let's say people within you don't really use it, or they barely are using it, or are not really on top of it as how they should. Um, and again, with that KPI about phone calls, is we get a lot of phone calls, a lot. And I'm like, they shouldn't take, I mean, it should be brief, right? When you know what we're talking about. And then, I mean, once they call, it's kind of like locked in. But when they get lost, I'm like, who spoke to this person? And it's not really in there. And I just wanted to track those things, especially when it's like a, 400, $500, $600 sale. Like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but you're talking more of like a real CRM, and you should probably sign up for like HubSpot because you're not doing phone calls like that.
Is
And
that what you use?
that's what you should use something that is like HubSpot if you're going to worry about your phone calls back and forth, unless you're using your main line number as your Twilio number. And then once you use as your Twilio number and you push them towards texting, and then if you actually get a phone number that they don't respond to, you can always respond to them and saying, hey, we missed this phone call through Twilio in a text message, and then they're going to respond back to you, and then you can actually track those easier through Smart if you're using Twilio as your main number.
Is that, I see what you're saying. Because yeah, I use Smart a lot, basically like a CRM. And we don't really have anything else that we moved on to or touched any other app. But again, regarding phone calls, like they're very important because they could be projects.
So tell me this: are you talking about voicemails?
I'm talking about when like lead calls, like somebody's like, hey, do you guys do this? And I'm mainly talking about like not like a button, right? Do you guys fix buttons? Do you guys fix zippers? Yes. Where it goes is more of like, hey, I'm getting married in 2 months, or I'm doing this in 3 months. Do you guys do alterations? Those type of phone calls, but tracking
Right,
that.
but so you're saying that's a live person calling you, and then let's say pretend you end up picking up the phone, you pick up the phone, and then you want to leave a note. I mean, the only way, I mean, you're not going to be able to do that in Smart because they're not a customer. They have to be a customer for you to actually have that. So it's not a true CRM.
And what I tend to do is take their name, phone number right away. I'm like, give me your phone number, give me your name. I plug it into Smart, and then I make that note, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I would say you should go into Claude or ChatGPT and then make an Excel spreadsheet. And then with that Excel spreadsheet, you have a dashboard that you're going to make every one of your CSRs use, and then you can check that on a daily basis. Then you don't have to put it into Smart, and you're using that as a second source just for phone calls. And then the other thing is if you want, you still can't do it unless they're, you can do it. What you do is you create for your voicemail. If you want to do it this way, you end up creating a contact as voicemail for whatever store it is, voicemail, and then the address. And then you have that voicemail drop into that. And then all your voicemails go to contact at smart, da, 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 da. And then you're getting all your voicemails through Smart, so you can keep it in that channel as a CRM.
That, I had no idea about that, because very kind of old fashioned, like you come up the following day and they're like, how many missed calls was it on the phone, right? Rather than having
put it all, if you have voicemail, have the voicemail drop it in there. And then at least that's the closest thing you're going to get to a non-customer, and having an audit trail of that. You can pay me later, Enrique.
The only other idea I had was to, if you are already making notes, make it an issue instead and put a due date on it. So that way it sends you an alert. If you need to be updated, say if you're like, hey, I need to remember this in 2 weeks that this person called, I'm going to give them a call back.
I know about notes. Could you show me quickly how you could do that? Like, I know how to make notes, but you talked about how it would remind me. You just said that. Could you show me real quick how that would be if that were the case?
Yeah, let me get you pulled up. I think this is you. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so just pulling up a random customer, opening them up and clicking notes. And then I have the option to add a note or an issue. If I add an issue, it has the due date here. So if I put a due date, and because I would then assign myself or whoever, it'll send an update saying, hey, like this issue is due, or, review this, whatever it is.
Where is that going to come up to me? Like, it'll just...
Yeah, it'll come up here under
and
your notifications.
Got it. I understand. I see. I see. Yeah, that's that. I understand.
So that's one way, but other than that, I mean, exactly what Will said. That's another kind of quick, but
Yeah,
one way
well,
to get
again,
it
I
done.
wanted to thank, I think it was Chris, because I had talked to him about what I was thinking, and then he was like, oh, I can build it. And then I gave him a little bit of more information, and he did. And then again, now I'm able to just go to a report, and basically throughout this year, I'm seeing who I've spoke to, and it's mainly like wedding gowns, and it's a good amount. And I'm like, oh, okay, there's this people just a little bit ahead. I don't want to lose him because I'm like, no, there's no way, you know? So again, and then that was just what I was thinking. And there was like people that are calling. So I'm thinking of those phone calls where I'm like, if somebody's already calling for something, and then I'm like, hey, you're more than welcome to call somewhere else. Just you're a buyer. I mean, you're a customer. You're more than welcome to shop around, you know, and whoever takes care of you, however you feel, you can go that way.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm sure I'll have more questions. I have questions. They just happen to be scattered around, but
That's okay. Yeah, I know you'll have questions. All right.
So Tyler, you guys have anything new? You guys have the
No.
route. You guys have the route.
Route
where you can
overlay.
edit. Yeah, that's neat. You guys also
Yep.
have something else new. You guys have the terms and conditions,
Yep. Terms and conditions.
privacy policy.
Where, before we go any further than that, what is that? And I know we talked about it, but where is that located at?
Which part?
The
Route
terms and
overlay or
conditions.
terms and conditions? Yeah. Let me share. I'm just going to share Enrique's real quick.
I do have a question before I forget.
It's all right. Yeah, I guess there is another new thing that I just thought of just now. But business
Okay.
settings, system settings. I wonder if it's called policy. Yeah, so you can search up policy. These are all going to be under company settings. So if you're one that likes to scroll and view everything, let's see how far. Oh, okay. So here you go. Privacy policy and terms and conditions.
And just remember, you can't do one without the other. It
Right.
will not populate unless you do both of them.
Gotcha. So this is, I guess, and you have to add your own terms and conditions and privacy policy.
You
Yeah.
know what I would, you know what I would do though, depending on the state you're in, find the biggest dry cleaner in your neighborhood and go to get their terms and policy and then drop it into chat and say, make it work for you.
Yeah.
And it does a pretty good job at doing it. But I would say in today's day and age, it's almost imperative that you have those things. I know cleaners in Chicago, this isn't necessarily the same, but it falls into the ballpark. They just got sued for not stating that they collect cookies on their website. They are now getting, and so they didn't say they collected cookies. They sent out marketing messages. They ended up getting a civil lawsuit against them for $1,000 to $1,000 per occurrence. And they decided to settle out of court, which was like, I think about $1 million that they got hit with. And so that's why I would say your terms and conditions, your private policy, and then same thing, if you have a website, you should have a pop-up that says you collect cookies. And then the other question that I had for you, Tyler, is do you guys scrub the marketing database against known, the scrub database that says do not reach out to me? Because that's what I was told through this dry cleaner, was that there is a registry of people who put their name on this registry. And what happens is when you do massive marketing, you are supposed to scrub it. But that also, keep in mind, there is a stipulation to that, is if you give them the opportunity on signing up and you have terms and conditions and policy and it says you do not want to partake, as long as you don't send them an email. So that on one end of the point of sale, that does cover the business. If you have that and they have it as an option to select when it comes to marketing campaigns.
Yeah, so I guess I would divert this to Jason to see.
Yeah.
For the marketing section of that, now, if you are actually using our marketing, once those modules are turned on, that everybody has an opt-in question. So you're asked to participate in marketing. Those terms and conditions and privacy policy, that's for your POS signups. So they don't affect the marketing customers in that way. But we do have that now for marketing.
So, Jason, your mic is a little weird. But so we do scrub, or we do use this, I guess, scrubbing database that Will's talking about.
I think he was saying that you guys that through Smart it does send them the option to opt out.
Yeah,
Not that it's getting scrubbed. And then the other thing is, since terms and conditions are new, that the existing customers didn't sign a terms and condition. So part of your database, it's only the new customers moving forward that actually get terms and condition and private policy. And so that's the other thing, is that if you do it any other way on your actual landing page, your terms and conditions should be on like right next to sign up or like schedule a pickup. It should be somewhere right in that range that they're actually selecting that. So then it's defensible that you are providing that information in a reasonable spot, not at the very footer of your website where you got to scroll all the way down. You can't find it, because I think they're getting more and more strict on those things.
Yeah, we are looking into that. We're working on that part right now. What I was saying earlier is the marketing side of it is now opt-in. So to be within all the guidelines, all customers are now requested to opt into marketing and sign up. And if you have your terms and conditions and privacy policy pages uploaded, then it also has those check marks to verify that as well.
So Jason, question, the existing customers that you have that have never signed up for that, is there a re-engagement for that without looking like you're spamming, you're trying to get their credit card information?
Yeah, that's the part that they're working on right now, to get those existing clients. So like the next time they log into the customer app, it'll ask them to either opt in or opt out type of thing. So that's being worked.
Got it. And is there a loose time frame for that?
I have no time frame. I just know it's being worked on because I've been pushing it for quite some time now. So I know it's at the top of the list. I hear people talking about it all the time.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, I think more than I'm thinking about it, the scrubbing part of it, I feel like that really affects people that are not using our marketing. I could be wrong, but from what I've seen,
no, it does, because they don't have a terms and conditions associated directly to. And I think why this is all happening is there's real regulation coming down the pipeline that is actually holding not just like you as Smart, but any Twilio user. Yeah. So I think that it has more to do with Twilio, and Twilio is now saying that we're not going to work with you if these things aren't addressed, because you become a liability.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen it with Cleaner Marketing. They've been a couple clients send us over new emails that they found or that they've been given from Cleaner Marketing, however they're accessing or however they're getting that information. Yeah. So I was actually going to show, and you guys may already know about it. Something newer is the QR code for the customer on the customer website. Hope you guys can still see this. See?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So your customer now, instead of having to, walk up to the front counter and, counter staff say, "Oh, can I get your first, last name or your phone number," whatever it is, they can just tap this QR code and then boom, the employee can scan it. So
is that scannable by metal kiosks?
That we're working on. I know that because I think Johnny brought that up earlier this week. So yeah, that's something that needs to be addressed. Oh, maybe it was last week. But yeah, we're working on that.
Regarding that, is there I think that's really cool, right? Is it easy? How do I give this to my CSRs to say, hey, this is a new feature, right? Like, is there something that you guys create for these types of features that I can just quickly print out and hand to them? Or do I have to go and make that myself?
We don't have, so we're trying to get better at it, updating the announcements as to whenever things come out, whenever they're new. I think our last update was March. So need to get
just quickly on that QR code. That's like when a customer walks into the store, right? You can just scan that. Is that what it is? Kind of like an LA Fitness type of, not necessarily sign up. So is that kind of what it is? Sort of?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a faster way that they can just pull up.
No, it makes sense on kiosks. It makes a lot of sense on kiosks.
Yeah. And I think it was more intended for that, but because I know that QuickSort's been doing that for a while, but they use their own type of code and they send it themselves. It wasn't through us. So Yeah, it's just a faster way to pull up a customer's account rather than going through the process of, hey, can I get your phone number, mistyping, stuff like that. So
Yeah,
I
and
don't know if I answered your question, Brian. Sorry.
no, I think you did. I mean, the few people I get a lot of feedback from the people that use the app, and they all love it, right? Like I want to promote that at the counter to say, hey, here's the cool stuff you can do within the app. You can schedule deliveries, right? Like you can look at your wardrobe, you can do all this. Like it just feels like it's a lot of work for me to be able to tell the CSRs this information that's there, right? So if there's a packet, if there's, hey, this new feature, there's a one page type of, here's how to do it, right? Like I can just hand that to them instead of trying to make something myself. So
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I know that there is a customer website video that we made, and
You want a secret on what you should do with that? So Brian, go to my website, and at the very bottom there's a video. Take that video and then drop it into Claude or Chat, and I would actually say Chat does better with video than Claude, and tell them to make it with your branding, and it'll do it.
Is that the behind the scenes?
No, there is a give me.
And
It
yeah,
should.
well, I already pulled yours up. I searched the biggest dry cleaner in Delaware. There's not a ton, considering I was part of that. So I want to
Oh,
see your
actually, hold on.
term.
How we do? I know how we do it is actually that goes to all customers. If you give me 1 second, what's your email?
Brian, Bryan,
At
at gogreencleanersde.com.
So in my footer on this, it has a kiosk video and app. You want the app video and then a plant video, but it's the app video.
Okay.
And then just download that. It's also on. Actually, I know that's also on YouTube.
It's on
So if
YouTube.
you look up Helena's on YouTube, you'll find it.
I don't think that it's going to have in there because it's a newer thing, but that QR code part. So
Yeah, right now I haven't done it. I don't know the last time I looked at the app itself, right? Like, but again, everyone I talk to that uses it, it's like, hey, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, Brian, you
so,
wanted that video. The video shows them how to do annotations. So it shows them how to do alterations, spots, like leave notes. And not only that, I think the app is, since that was made, actually updated now where customers know when their item is going to get delivered. And I believe that at the time the app didn't have that. And so now customers can see when their order is going to get delivered or a time frame, which is also pretty cool. And then and the thing is, do you currently take photos?
not of everything.
Yeah, because I was going to say, once you start doing that, the app really starts to shine because every time they go in it, when they look at their wardrobe, they can actually see real clothes. And I say this all the time. It's, how you build your ecosystem is what is going to stop someone from using another dry cleaner, because they're going to go there and realize, like, man, all the bells and whistles. I mean, because I know Fresh and Clean and Enrique are in my neck of the woods. And then I also know Corey's also uses Smart, and they're in my neck of the woods. And it's how much integration you use Smart. And so once again, I mean, I shouldn't say this stuff, but since Fresh and Enrique, you guys don't use the marketing, you're missing out on a ton of stuff. And I know Enrique, your brother, says to tell you to kick stones on it. But once you do that, it really opens it up so your customer is more integrated into your system. So even here's the thing is, like, I could have a customer that gets mad at me, walks into Enrique's place and says, I hate Helena's. They go to Enrique and then they don't see the photos. Their promotions don't automatically apply, all these things. And they're like, damn it, Helena's got my number because it's all integrated in. And I like that. I don't want to go to the counter and show them this. I don't want to have to, print this or do that. And then they're like, they got my number, I'm going back. And then when they come back here, they might be angry, but I still get their money.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. And there's, in my market, there's only one other dry cleaner that actually sends text messages when the stuff's ready. So like we're super far in front of some of the other people. So I'm already ahead of things, right? But I don't want to stop that either, right? So I want to get to all of it,
Oh, no, yeah. I think the ecosystem or the integration, if you use it fully, it makes, I mean, I've said this example a handful of times. My friend travels all the time and he uses Hertz. Okay, Hertz, he completely shit the bed on him one time. No car, no appointment, nothing, blah, blah, blah. And then he went to go use 60 rentals, not even close to the infrastructure that they had with their app and all of that. Then he went and used another one and he called me. He's like, dude, I am so pissed, but I got to give it to Hertz. They own my ass because they have the integration, they have the ecosystem. And not only that, there's one rental car company that had their own app. He's like, I just didn't like the feel of it because once they get used to it, it's hard to get away from it.
Yeah. No, it's whenever I look to buy something, I always go to Amazon, right? It doesn't matter.
Yep.
It's there, right? Like whether it's the best price, most convenient, whatever. It's my first spot to look at everything. So yeah, same thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm going to take, I guess going back to terms and conditions and privacy, what does that do for, I guess, so I need to work on that for myself. How does that get presented to the customer? And like, what does that actually do? Like I'll add the PDF. It'll do whatever we need to do. What does that look like from a customer's perspective?
Just like when you get your Apple phone and it says select it, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and just hit yes.
but like, does it send them a text message when they first sign up? Does it like, what is that? Yeah, I agree. No one's going to read it. And I think it is what it is. Right. But
yeah,
what does that mean? I guess if I'm a new customer or a current customer, does that change anything? Is it just something I can point to? What's the thing there, Will or Tyler?
I guess I need to go sign up for.
Yeah, it goes
because I think they're the
it
only
goes in
ones
there,
that,
and I think you scroll to the bottom. Once you scroll to the bottom, it allows you to select the check boxes, and then you're good to go, I believe.
Yeah.
And then it takes you to the next step.
It forces
Well,
you
further at the sign up page, yeah, you have to agree to the terms and conditions and privacy policy in order to sign up.
But that's just coming from the website, right? Not if they're in the store and they're a new customer.
It's just from the website. If they're in the store, they're freely giving you the information, essentially, and you're supposed to be having that conversation with them at that point about that, theoretically. But this is publicly showing, hey, we have this. We're telling you that we're protecting your data. We're telling you these are our terms and conditions for the service you're signing up for.
Got it.
And I have a quick question. We have to make basically our own, right? Those are not there because we haven't turned those on, correct?
Yeah,
correct. The privacy policy and terms and conditions, those are on you to create and fill out.
I understand.
So Enrique, when I look at yours, it'll be exactly like mine, but with your name on it.
No, I don't think I've ever done that.
You should.
I mean, I'm not, I'm not like that. If anything, the biggest thing I did from you is hitting the gym.
Me.
It's like go back to the
work
gym.
Smarter, not harder. There's zero reason to not copy it.
Exactly.
Will,
if you
look at I have a quick question for you, Will. Just quickly, for boilers, what type of, I know it's better to always ask as much people, right, or go to companies, but is there a specific company that you have in Washington State that it's like, this is the boiler company to go to whether I'm talking about here, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about here.
No, so one in dry cleaning, most boiler companies are in the state of Washington. They won't look in your direction. And because they've been burned so many times by dry cleaners not paying them, and then also dry cleaners not taking care of their shit. So they go in there and it's a hot mess, and so they don't do it. I have someone who, if I have a boiler problem, flies out from Atlanta, and he actually flies out twice a year to do one tune-up on it, and then he does our boiler inspections with our insurance company.
So nobody that you have here that you're like, I mean,
you guys have Kenny. But I don't know if Kenny is really
well, yeah. I mean, he works. I mean, it works, right? But nothing lasts forever. I don't last forever. Nothing lasts forever.
What's wrong with your boiler?
There's nothing wrong with it right now. I mean, it works.
I got a 2018, pretty much new Fulton Classic that is sitting at Kenny's house, and if you want to buy it, make your best offer. I'll sell it for cheap.
I think it's more than just getting a boiler. We're thinking of something else. Just other things, not just getting the boiler. There's other things that need to happen, as well as just even thinking of next unit. but we just need to think about it. That's why I just wanted to ask you first, just about boilers. Somebody that I feel like knows when it comes to dry cleaning boilers, but.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you're talking boilers, the only thing that I'd say is make sure your headers are the right size. If you up a boiler and you grow as a company, if your headers aren't right, you're going to have to redo everything.
Right. That was it for me.
Brian, you're going to ask something?
I was just going to say, if you look at my website after the fact, it'll be your exact terms and conditions and privacy policies.
Yeah, no, and the only thing that I'd say is make sure that you put, when you drop it in chat, you mention your city and state.
Yeah.
That's the only
I'll clean
thing.
up, but just getting the layout, the format of it's going to be very similar to this.
Yeah, and if you were to look at, like, let's Sudsy's in Florida at all, Jason, you go to his, and his isn't really an operational terms and condition. Mine does both. So mine is an operational. It's going to talk about barcodes. It's going to talk about if you have damage, it needs to be back in this amount of time, and then how many days. It's going to talk about refunds. And then it does go into actual real, like, law, like holding who accountable and what you're going to do. And you're always going to defer to mitigate versus a civil lawsuit and like all the other ends of that. And so ours, I think, covers both sides of that, where if you go to most dry cleaners, it is either an operational or it is like the indemnification type stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm just scrolling through it.
Yeah.
It says a lot of the stuff that I want.
Yeah. And I think the one thing is that I try to keep telling most dry cleaners right now that I don't think that they realize, if you have people that work for you, if you think Chat GPT is good for you, just wait till they drop in something that they don't like at work, and then they suddenly have a lawyer in their pocket. Like, that is a real thing. I think that there is going to be a coming of age for every business that is a mom and pop business that does not have an employee handbook, that pays people under the table, that does X, Y, and Z, because now they know that they can sue you. And so I would be super, super above board, and even, I don't care if it's your 10-minute break, your half an hour break, when they drop that in, the moment they feel wronged and they put one thing in, it will tell them how they can get you, and it will give them the phone numbers to LNI and OSHA.
Yep. I agree. And because you said that before.
Not to scare everyone, but.
Yeah, no, you said it before. And I started having people clock in and out of breaks, right? It was, we pay for it, right? So it doesn't change the price, but if, especially with,
you have to. And same, it's like Enrique and Jorge, you guys, so Enrique, when you have employees, how many 10-minute breaks do they take in a 8-hour day if they have a half an hour lunch?
They're supposed to take what Washington State law says.
Yeah, what is that?
15 minutes.
What is that?
15 minutes.
No. So within the first 4 hours, which really actually at the second hour, they need a 10-minute break. They cannot legally ever give up the right to that 10-minute break, and you have to pay that 10-minute break. Even if they take a half an hour break, that break, they can say, I don't want to take, and you don't have to pay them if they don't take it. But then at 6 hours, they need another 10-minute break. And if they take their lunch and they have an 8-hour day, at 7.5 hours, they need a 10-minute break. If you're not giving them their second break.
We don't have that. We're not working with 10-hour day people yet. We're not there yet.
No, an 8-hour.
I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean.
And
then we have a lot. I know what you mean.
Right. And this is why I say that, is most people don't understand that. And so just think about the total exposure you have if they are not taking those breaks and they get into Chat GPT. In the state of Washington, that will go back 3 years. So you're going to be exposed for 3 years of 10-minute break. And more than likely, if it's one employee, they're going to get all together and it's all of them. So you have to look at your total exposure plus penalties and law and lawyer fees. And even if you have 10 employees, you're probably looking at $500,000.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm just trying to scare.
I know you're not trying to scare me. You're not trying to scare anybody. I mean, it's real, right?
No, I'm literally trying to help people because
I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
Yeah, we
I
started
don't think
doing
I'm
it
the
about
only one,
3
or
years.
you're the only one, but I know what you're doing.
No, we made sure like 3 years ago that we were doing it. And like I said, that's only because and like I said, I don't care if you have 5 employees or we have 80 employees. When you have 10 employees and you give them Chat GPT, they are going to come for
They
you
all
all.
kind of revolt. They're like,
Yeah. But no, I mean, you think
I hear
about
you.
it
I hear you.
before.
I understand.
Yeah, if they had a problem, they're not going to call L&I and wait on hold. They're not going to go hire a lawyer. Now they got the best lawyer in their pocket. You know, I mean, and it's gonna tell them things. And so that's why, like right now, every owner that I know, I'm like, if you didn't have it together, get it together because it will not take long for that to spread. And people, even if you have a handbook, they're gonna drop that handbook in and they're gonna say, tell me where they fucked up.
It only takes one.
Oh yeah, it takes one. And if you have like 4 people that are mad at you and they don't like you, guess what? You got a civil lawsuit against you.
Wait till they start using Perplexity Computer as well.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a new engine that came out, or that Perplexity just came out with, and it uses all AI functions across every single AI company.
Yeah.
So anything you want to do, essentially, they're trying to use it as 24/7 employees.
Wow.
What they're stating, because it searches across everything. So
Yeah, I use Claude a lot, and Claude, like I said, I probably opened myself up to a bunch of other problems, but it said, let me connect into your computer and all your emails. I was like, sure. And the beautiful thing is I can go in there and it can clean up all my files. It can go in and clean up all my email. It can do all of that. So like nowadays, and I figured anyways that it was doing it anyway. So I was like,
yeah,
might as well, because I hit their terms and condition. So I'm pretty sure that they already were doing it. And I didn't really have a choice.
yeah. So I've just been researching this Perplexity Computer, and it will link to all of your apps, all your applications that you use. If you use a bunch of different ones, say Slack, Outlook, everything, it will monitor all of that for you, and it will just send you real-time updates of if it needs to do something or if you need to do stuff. It looks crazy. I'm going to start looking at it soon.
Yeah, I just pulled it up. Perplexity computer already wants access to everything.
Yeah, yeah. But again, it from what I've seen is that it searches all types. So if you use Claude strictly, it's going to search that. It's going to use OpenAI, Anthropic, any of that stuff. It's going to use all of it.
Oh yeah, no,
to
like
find
it
out the
literally.
information.
I opened it up on my computer and it says orchestrator, and it has all of because I use Grok, ChatGPT, and Claude, and I pay for
Yeah.
all of them. And it right now wants access to all of them under orchestrator.
Yeah, and it'll just do it all for you. And you type in a prompt. There was the video I
Sign me up.
watched. there was a video I watched where somebody was trying to compare the financial records of Google, Nvidia, and one other company, and it spit it all out in 10 minutes or less. And he was like,
Yeah.
it would have taken my employees to do that over a week. So
Oh yeah.
super fascinating in the world of AI. But
Yeah. Yeah, I have inventory and preventative maintenance app that we built from the ground up, and our developer just built AI into it. And it's not AI where it actually the AI is built into all the database. So I can hold it up and I say I need to transfer this from this store to this store, and it'll do it. And then I'll say, hey, I need to get a report of everything from every Cruisler product that I have and how much I spent on wet cleaning, and it will pull it up, and then it will actually build the supply order based off of existing par levels that we have and everything that's set, and it just does it. It's crazy how accessible that is to anyone to go out and build something.
Oh yeah.
But how fast it goes.
Yeah, Jorge, what's going on?
All right, I got to chime in, man. This is all gold, man. Thank you, Will.
Oh yeah, I'm talking to my competitors here.
Yeah, no, it's good. You're on the leading edge. I like it. Tyler, if I go with cleaner marketing, what is your thought on it? Do I lose the form that is on Smart now? I know they build their own and say in the future, I don't like it. How does that work? Who keeps
Uh,
that template?
so, I mean, if you want my opinion on going to cleaner marketing, I would say you're wasting your money. Um, in the sense of you, one, are having to do everything outsourced. As in, if there's reports, they're probably either A, not making it, so then you're gonna have to reach out to us, wasting your time to get these reports that if you just if it was just with us, probably we already created it. It's already in the system. It takes 2 seconds. Um, our marketing team, if you're going with
Yeah,
whichever
I'm
bundle
with,
it is.
I'm with them right now. You know what's attractive about cleaner marketing is the outside of the funnel, right? I'm having difficulty tracking it all the way in. But just not difficulty, just you know, having a team together. And that's what's attractive to me about cleaner marketing.
Did they build your website?
No.
Then what's attractive about it? So unless they're putting I mean, if they built all the web hooks and they ended up then dropping those into Smart, so you're getting that back. I don't know how your funnel of getting that information, except for outside of like Google, where they're going to give you some fake number that
Yeah,
Google gives them.
Google will just get people to the door. Even that, like, I wish I could tag things all the way through, know exactly what platform, Instagram, Facebook, all of them. What's working? Honestly, I'm close to it. I know I'm doing the homework. Sometimes it's just challenging, right? But I want to work with somebody that's doing it more. I guess I need to
I guess,
outsource a little more.
what's
I'm
your,
doing the operations, marketing, all of it, right? So it can be overwhelming and just want to see what I was like, yeah,
so
right.
are you with them more because they do SEO or they do your
No,
database marketing? Which one is more attractive to you? And
no,
all,
just
because they're not the same.
yeah, just tagging the outside marketing, whatever's happening on the other channels.
Okay, so what's your spend
Dropping them
For
into
Google
a
and Facebook?
KPI, I guess. Again, and I guess I can. It's there. It's just work, right?
Well, I think regardless if you work with Smart or Cleaner Marketing, they do take out like if you are doing any social, they'll auto post that. I think it's at your discretion if you like Smart versus Cleaner Marketing or even Be
So,
Creative, like if you like that style. But when it comes down to it, I think that what's your ad spend when it comes to Google, Facebook, like that kind of stuff. Because if they're doing SEO and you're looking for the outside, you're talking about not marketing to your database and you end up wanting new customers. I think it's more based on your ad spend. And I think no matter if it's Smart or Cleaner Marketing, it's going to be the same. And even with Smart, all of the social media, they also post that to Google. And so you're also getting that Google transaction when they're putting that to your Google business page. And so, like Tyler was saying, I think the difference is the net benefit of being smart with Smart is you are going to get, when it comes to database marketing, you're not going to have as many sticking points for that customer to apply that promotion. And the same thing is to get those analytics. I don't think that Cleaner Marketing can get real clean analytics like Smart can, because they got to go in and play with the API. So they go in there and they fuck around with it until they think they find the right trigger. Versus Smart is, nope, this is the trigger and they know it exactly. So I think that the amount of work, and then here's the thing is if something changes with Smart, and then here's the other big if right now is I would say if you put all of your eggs into Cleaner Marketing or Be Creative and something happens with API, your shit is shut off. Like gone. And so all the money, all the time, if something like from a regulatory agent comes and Smart, Spot, or Magnolia, or whoever says they don't want the risk, they'll shut it off. And if you can tell me a real net benefit other than Cohen will sweet talk you, that's a real hard sell. And especially, or if it's price dependent. And I'll say that I don't care if it's Smart or if it's cleaner marketing. Your Google ad spend is your Google ad spend, depending on the percentage that they want to make off of it. And so I think that that's a real hard one. And I'll even say this with Google ad spend, we had a SEO company outside of Smart and outside of cleaner marketing. It was a friend of mine. We were spending about $2,000 a month between that and Facebook. We shut it off, and our new customer count did not change. Whatever that means for you, it did not change. Yeah. And so that's why I don't think I'll go back to spending on Google ad like that. Don't get me wrong. I think that you get to a certain point where you need to throw money at it no matter what, just to see what happens. But like I said, when I shut it all off for a second, I thought it was going to fall off a cliff, and it did not fall off a cliff.
Yeah, you know, Mystic, I think it has a lot to do with the creative. Sometimes it's just suck, right? But yeah, I hear you, Will. Thank you for this insight. And I believe what I was curious, Tyler, is that I think they create a module like the marketing module. Just wanted to see how much I want Smart Team to succeed. I know you guys are limited with the team. They have a Slack channel with some other operators on there. I mean, yeah, it's a group of people using, cleaner marketing, selling cleaner marketing, and it sounds good. But I like your first answer, Tyler.
I mean, the other thing is, if I were a business owner, the other expense that I'm looking at is, again, the API. Another thing with cleaner marketing that they've been neglecting is that clients that actually leave them, they leave their API running, and they actually tend to run up the cost of API for clients that leave them, whether it's on purpose or on accident. But that ends up creating
a bad taste.
Yeah, 100%.
Cleaners that there's a lot of cleaners that are old, man. They're not going to get it. They want somebody to do all this for them, and they still don't get it when it doesn't work. I get it. I'm in the trenches with it. I want to honestly be more savvy in using the module. You know me. I mean, we have conversations. I just want to get better at it.
And another thing just to bring up, so there's another big cleaner in Texas that reached out to me yesterday. They started working with another new marketing guy, and he created a promotion incorrectly, the way that they wanted it, right? So we allow, cleaners to hire whoever you want, but they need to be able to do the work, right?
You guys are still creating the actual promotions to make it function for sure, right? Yeah,
exactly. Or if we mess it up,
logos,
like I messed up the promotion that I made for you, but I went back and fixed it, So that guy ended up, so he called me to figure out what was wrong with it. I was like, oh yeah, no, he made it this way. This is exactly how it's working. It's working that way, unless if you didn't want it to work that way. And he got distraught about it because essentially all of their customers could set this promotion themselves. That's what he didn't want to happen. So, who knows how much money he could have spent out the door. Yeah, exactly. So everybody should go in there and just adding it. So, as long as you're staying in the house, you don't have to worry about the API costs, or the additional API costs, I should say. Yeah. And pay for marketing. We're going to help you. And, everything's in house. So if we change stuff, we know we changed it, and it should adapt with our marketing. So,
thank you. I hear you. I'll keep learning. I'll keep learning.
Of course, yeah.
Pickup and delivery, wash, dry, fold, and dry cleaning orders. Is there somewhere in the system where we can push out dry clean orders, not laundry orders
I'm not sure I understand what you
automatically.
mean.
So if I pick up some dry cleaning, I'd like it to be set out one extra delivery time frame. So I do 3 days a week. If I pick up on Monday some dry cleaning, I'd like it to be scheduled for Friday.
Okay.
Pick up on Wednesday, schedule it out to Monday.
Yeah, just create different routes.
But it's all in the same
Can't you associate them
location.
to that agent? Can't you do something along those lines?
I mean, so it's one route right now, and I understand what you're saying. So how can I create two different routes for one zone to function differently? Can that? So when somebody selects it from their app, right, they're scheduling a pickup, and it's giving them these options for pickup and delivery days. If it's a dry clean order, besides me just saying up front, hey, it's going to take an extra delivery day, and then I got to change the date, or is there some hard coding that can happen? And laundry always goes back fast.
Change your due dates. You can do a due date on laundry, and just like you could do due date on your household, and due date on your dry clean is a 2-day turnaround, laundry is a 3-day turnaround.
Yeah. Would that affect the delivery, brother?
Well, I was going to go a different way, right? So it sounded like you wanted to be able, it sounded like your will call customers, you want to be able to pick up on Wednesday if you already have an order in process, right?
Yeah, wait, say that again. So just different people, as I get laundry and dry cleaning customers, and sometimes they're two different customers. My laundry needs it back fast. My dry cleaning doesn't need it back fast, but production wise, I'm like just putting more pressure on myself. And they're fine waiting a little bit longer. Dry cleaning works that way, and I was just wondering if it can be that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so
Wills is an option, right? The production time.
Yeah, 100%. If the only thing that you're worried about is your due dates and how they're planned out, based on the agent specifically, if you already have it set up to where you're running Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you want things that come in on Monday to go out Friday, totally easy. That's easy to set up. Same thing with Wednesday. If anything that comes in Wednesday, you want to do Monday, that can be done as well. And even if things come in on Friday, you want them out Wednesday, that's possible. Just need to edit your due dates to make sure that they work. The thing that I was thinking about was there's a setting that some people are using. I don't know if a lot of people are using it, but to allow your will call customers to be able to put in multiple orders, essentially. So, for instance, you're talking about, well, I want to be able to pick up on Monday and deliver on Friday. What about Wednesday? If I'm a will call customer, do I get the ability to opt in again to say, hey, I have another order? There's a setting to turn that on, so that way it will ignore the ones that are in processing, because by default, it is going to not send to that customer another message because they already have an active order. That makes sense.
Yeah. I guess from the very beginning of scheduling from the app or outside scheduling, well, from them, yeah, when they schedule it themselves, two clients live right next to each other. One has a wash and fold, the other one has a dry cleaning. Can the app be set up for dry clean only orders to be out that extra delivery day? I don't know if that's possible or not. I think the calendar is going to show them the option.
Yeah, no, we can't filter based on what type of order the customer is going to have, because realistically, the customer doesn't really know what type of order they have. At least like your basic level customer, they might know that they have a wash and fold or they have dry cleaning, but I'm sure it's different depending on the client base.
And you're not going to like my suggestion, but I think at the end of the day, you're going to continue growing. And I think that you're making these so specific that later on you're going to really not be happy with all of the things that you're setting up. And that's just out of my own experience is like before we used to try to really cater to this, that, and the other thing. And at the end of the day, we realized that it became a lot more work because when you start training someone or someone has to understand it and they start doing mental gymnastics, they're like, I don't know where to start. And then if you step away from it for like a year, you're gonna like, and you kind of let it sit, and then you're gonna go back to Tyler and you're like, I don't remember what I did.
Yeah.
And then so like for me, I always and Enrique, you guys do pickup delivery. How do you guys do it?
They've got a weird
Yeah,
setup.
it's super manually. It's not automated at all. It's I'm not I'm not complaining, dude. I'm not happy because I feel like we're losing a lot of customers. That's just the me
Yeah.
thing. Because it's
Well,
just what I was saying earlier about having the software literally match the plant and like how does that look like? Not because I mean, I'm just thinking about just earlier, just when everything's integrated, when somebody goes to you or Corey's or wherever they go, and we're also using the same software, you're like, oh, and obviously the more integration you have, the more automated things are. They're going to you,
and
whether they
I would
like it
just
or
say
not.
you and Jorge are in the same neighborhood, so you guys definitely compete more than I compete with you guys.
Yeah, sort of. And I'm also all the way up in Marysville, and there's no one up there that does any of this or wants to, so
Tyler,
that's
Yeah.
mainly where,
well, I
you
have
know,
sorry, I have two. So wash and fold it has to go for me. It has to go back faster. Dry cleaning doesn't. Not the clientele that I'm having at the moment. But that's something to ponder. I mean, yeah, I'm managing it right now. Uh, just maybe separate routes.
Why don't you do this? So your wash dry
Right now,
fold,
right? So, go
your
ahead.
wash dry fold is what has to go back next day, right?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So it's 2 day
Okay.
turnaround. That I feel is the
So what's your
latest.
dry
Would be
what's your
waiting for
dry
a
cleaning
laundry.
turnaround? What's your dry cleaning turnaround?
I guess I try to have it back too on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but sometimes it's just getting bigger and my production isn't prepared for it. I guess like on a Friday, right? Friday, if I'm not running any production on Saturday and Sunday, uh, I gotta have it done first thing in the morning.
Yeah,
And
so
that means
You need another
so you're
route. You only have one
so,
route.
yeah, but your turnaround times are both the same. It's always 2 days, but you're then changing it based upon your workload. So if you're too busy, you'll automatically be like, "Oh, I'm just going to push this."
uh, set up for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Um, we're getting it done, but sometimes it's just like, do we need to have it done? Because that client doesn't want it back that fast.
Yeah, but once again, I think you're playing a funny game. You start doing that and you start growing, you're making assumption for the customer. I think that at the end of the day, we never break our delivery rules unless something happens. Because once you start doing that, then your customer can't trust the system that you have because you're going to make the assumption. And even if they're nice and they say, "Oh, you're right, I don't need it." Next thing you know, the time that do need it, and you're like, "Oh no, that customer said last time it was okay." You're upside down, and next thing you know, Enrique has Mrs. Smith coming to Enrique.
So
See, that made
what?
him
wouldn't
happy.
mind.
He's
She
like,
wouldn't mind.
he goes,
She
"I
wouldn't
want
mind.
Miss Smith."
Well,
I don't want Miss Smith either.
So
or
yeah, we're gonna do house calls. Okay. Um,
ha-
Sure, nothing. Again, Will's right. I mean, I know deep down that yeah, it's a game, right? But make
what
a promise on this schedule and stick to it. Um, even change production around for it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when I started for the first 12 years, I worked 16 hours a day for 6 days a week for 10 to 11 years. And I'm not joking. That's not even a slight exaggeration because I would not break rules. And I was the delivery driver. I don't care what time, how it was, I was out there and I was doing it. Like my life took second seat to building this business. So
Right, well-
I highly suggest that you stay doing what you're doing, and Enrique, you do what you do, and we're in the same area, and I would love you guys promoting my business and letting them funnel over to me.
Well, I do. If I can't do a rush, I'm like, they can go to you, you know? And
Yeah,
like
you
said,
should
if they might
say
not
that
be
to
happy with you, they'll
all
give
your
you their money.
customers when they come in. If you can't do it, go to Will.
Yeah. Do
Or-
some clients that I do send over there. Don't worry about it. Well,
Yeah, well, hey, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. That's why I like to just give
I know.
endless use amount of just knowledge in dry cleaning.
yeah.
It's a
Jorge,
trade-off.
what we do from a route perspective, right? And we're a little bit different than how Will has explained his to. We pick up on Monday, we deliver on Thursday. And then we have a second route that we pick up on Tuesday, we deliver on Friday. Right? Like it gives us the day.
That's a classic one, right? The dry cleaning. How's your wash and fold on that?
Most people have accepted it. I have not. Now, competition's a little bit different. No one else is pick 'em delivery around me, right? So,
Yeah.
right now, that's it. Now, the other thing is, and this is what I'm going to get to at some point, if I need to, in my route, I can schedule just delivery only days, right? So if I pick up on Monday, my delivery only for wash, dry, fold can still be Wednesday. Right. And vice versa. So when I do get to that level, that's my plan.
Our wash, dry, fold is if your subscription is next day.
Yeah. So
No matter what.
yeah, we're just, I mean, right now we do like 250 pounds a week. Right. So it's not a ton. We just started doing it about a year ago. So we're building it. So right now the people are okay. If I need to, that's at least how I'm going to expand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm fairly new. I just started, so yeah, I'm taking into account all this is all gold, fellas. We gotta fucking hang out and have some beers over there. Tyler,
I
sorry.
mean, Jorge, the only thing that I would want to know, I mean, so you have 195 customers on one route doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I agree. I think you should add another route, but it sounds like you have a specific client base that you know are
Yeah.
wash and fold.
Yep.
Is there a want or a drive that you would want to just make a wash and fold route that would run every single day? And then you can start splitting up as you put the classic Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday routes. So then you could technically run 3 routes, maybe run a sub route for wash and fold every single day, something like that.
Yeah, that's an option. Opening the data up, but I can't. It won't split it for wash and fold. That's what you're telling me. Like I can't
Yeah.
create a wash and fold route. It's still both at the same time.
Well, that's what I'm just asking. It sounds like you have a client base that's large enough that you're willing to look at other avenues, other ways to do things.
Yeah.
And so it's just a question. Obviously, you don't have to say, yeah, 100% I should do that. But just the thought of adding another route that can, extend you, or even it could multiply revenue at that point, because now you're doing different days that you didn't do before, or more days that you didn't do before. So now you're offering those wash and fold clients, hey, I'll do next day for wash and fold orders, and I'm going to be by your house every single day if that's what you want. These are all just ideas, things that you
Yeah.
could do, but
Okay. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. Let me think on it.
it is interesting to me that you and Enrique are both in the same area. You both only want to run one route, and kind of are seeing the same implications. So I think that's something to be said, considering that.
Yeah. Growing pain. You gotta have to grow it, but set it
Yeah.
up properly.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm telling
yeah,
you,
man,
I'm telling
I
you,
hear you. I didn't know that that was
if you're
delivered.
growing, yeah, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
if you're growing, you should set it up now while you have 150 people. I mean, like today, I think like we might have had like 400 deliveries. And so when you end up thinking about something like that going out, and that's just today, the mess that you create it's so much easier when you're smaller to get it done, or when you're building it out. And I'd say that's why, like what Tyler's saying, or even, Brian, or any information here is, I think it always is like, I'll do it tomorrow. But by the time you do it tomorrow, if you grow, you will end up losing customers because of it, because something's going to happen, the system's going to break, and you can only do so much in your mind. Like what happens is the amount of bandwidth that you're taking to make sure the wash, dry, fold customers, like not setting it up correctly, that's going to fail. There's no question that that's going to fail. And you will have so much more bandwidth when you actually let the system do what the system is supposed to do.
You do Tuesday, Friday, Monday, Thursday?
We're 100% on demand 6 days a week.
Yeah.
And we're in every part of the town every day of the week. So we go from Edmonds to Tacoma.
So what's your turnaround?
2 business days for dry cleaning. Subscription is next day. If you're not subscription, it's 2 days. Comforters are 2 days. Alterations are 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Will is really different than how we're currently set up, right? Like, and I'm not against doing it that way. For me, it's Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday.
Yeah. So the reason why I did that, when I started, there were 2 big established dry cleaners. And so when I got in, our dry cleaners was grossing $250,000. It was tiny. And the only way that I could do it, and to this day, even if I were to start again and I had all the money in the world, I would have done it the same way. Because what happens is I'm competing against Fresh and Clean and Enrique. Let's say I'm going to call them mom and pops on the corner. So they can walk in, drop it off, do their thing. How does a pickup delivery in a metropolitan city compete? Because most routes, here's the problem, and I don't know if Jorge or Enrique does this. Let's say they call you a little late on Monday, and you say, oh, we already missed you. We'll get you on your next route day, and that's Thursday. Okay? They have an event between Monday and Thursday. They're not going to drive to your cleaners. They're going to drive to the cleaners that's closest to them. And then guess what? If that happens a few times, because you're a static route, it's inconvenient for them. And because even this, we have a lot of pickup and delivery customers, but I can't tell you how many of them still will drop the bag off and just want it delivered back. Right? So it gets really funny real quick. But if we can't meet the needs of an actual customer, that's the fastest way that we're going to grow. And like I said, we ended up buying our largest competitor, and our second largest competitor now, Corey's. They have, I think, 9 locations, and they do routes. And I bet if you just look at their dry cleaning, they own like 6 other business, like carpet cleaning, blah, 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 blah. I bet they do $4 million in gross revenue for just dry cleaning. I do just dry cleaning. I don't do anything else. No fire restoration, nothing. This year, we're going to break 9 million. And that started 20 years ago in grossing 250, netting 0. When I started working with my mom, she had at least 12 paychecks that she had never cashed. I mean, it's like nothing. And so once again, it's how fast can you conform to what your customer really needs. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I worked 16 hours a day for 11 years. You get to a point where that was all my time. I could do it and take it as a loss leader, because all it was energy. Once I get to a point where I have employees, then I can't do it anymore. And so like right now, Jorge, you're in a position where you're doing it. And so even if you have someone who's lightly helping, you're still doing it. The moment it becomes a real business is the moment that you realize that you have to pay people. And that's real money, and you will not be able to operate in a fragmented system and especially if your pricing isn't correct.
Yeah, that's all valid point.
Yeah, I mean, so that's why I say do it now.
Right now, I'm logging in, hearing this knowledge, got the support team there. Yeah, it's about nailing it right. And who knows, in the future there might be other options with the technology. But yeah, setting up some SOPs for sure helps.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that can be done. Like you have a lot of potential there, and it's good that you're already running it 3 days a week. Um, that's already a huge step. As soon as you start splitting that up, and then you start moving into different locations, you start moving into geofencing, um, and continuing with marketing, you guys are gonna. I mean, you're gonna boom. It's gonna happen.
Or both of you guys can just start outsourcing to me.
For the right
I'll get it.
price.
I'll get it all taken care of for you. I wouldn't even think about it. You guys, you outsource it. But unfortunately, I'm going to be on a
I told
on
you,
a.
I'm building this so you can buy it. Okay, you're gonna love the car.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm the guy that will never buy another dry cleaner again. I'm not that guy. Never gonna happen. I want someone to buy
Stay
me.
out of it. Stay
I
out
want
of
someone
it.
to buy me. I want someone to buy me.
Ah, that's good. Good stuff. Uh, thank you
Yeah,
guys.
the other thing is, and this is just me, right? We have over 200 people on our Tuesday, Friday route. Today we had 52 pickup or 52 stops, right? I'm already thinking, how do I split this up because it's going to get too big, right? So, I go by what Will was saying was fix it now when you're still small because otherwise it's going to be a nightmare. And I've talked to people who have overlapping routes and they didn't set up correctly, and all of a sudden it's so much work, it's so much wasted effort, it's a ton of wasted money. To figure out what you want it to look like in a year or two and do it today, because if not, it's going to be a year and it's going to be tough.
Right, and no matter what you're doing, you should end up going in and setting up your boundaries within Smart for the areas. So when people go to your website, they're just signing up and dropping into an area. It already tells them the time. So if you're actually not doing that also and you're mentally managing that, like that's a problem because every new customer that comes in, you don't have to think about it anymore. It's going to be on the manifest in the morning. They fall into wherever they need to go.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you're manually doing these things, you are the amount of work you're going to give yourself later is horrible.
And listen, I just went through this 6 months ago, right? Like all
Yeah.
of a sudden, I knew every single delivery customer. I knew what they were. I could tell you, I could look at
Yeah.
clothes and be like, "Hey, listen, that's this person
Yeah.
clothes because that's what it is." And then all of a sudden, it just got started growing too big, and now there's new customers that come on our route every day, and I
Yeah.
have no idea who they are, and I don't know where they live. Where before I was doing like, but that's
Yeah.
what I was causing a ton of problems, right? Because I
Well,
needed to move stuff around. I was, and I just got too busy, and it became a mess
and then this goes to
Where you
Jorge.
at,
Like,
Brian? Where you at? Where's your market?
in Delaware, so
No.
on the East Coast, so far away from you
yeah,
guys. But
yeah, but Jorge, this is the one part that going back to Tyler and integrating is your main thing earlier. You were talking about cleaner marketing and you're talking about bringing in new customers. If you don't integrate both of those new customers that come in and then you manually, because here's the thing is if you also are the one who has to respond to them and say, oh, we got you into this route, you're the one who has to reach out to them. You're monitoring that. And what happens if you have one night where you go out and have a little too much of Jim Beam, and then the next morning you're not back to them by a certain amount of time? Guess what? They already reached out to me or an Enrique by then because no
Yeah.
one responded. And so when you end up setting that up and you end up breaking out your areas, they automatically fall into a route. All of those things are going to take that out of your hands. And not saying that you're driving blind. You're actually driving with better vision because now
Yeah.
you can really start running your business. Like I said, running your business isn't doing the ticky tacky every day. Like, oh, I know how many customers. I mean, I generally have an idea of how many customers sign up on a daily basis. But dude, if I had to watch how many customers sign up, that would be like, I mean, just think about this. If I look at our last 7 days, we've had 103 customers sign up in the last 7 days. There is no way I could ever, even if that was cut in half, manage that by myself. like looking at a map, knowing where I want to go if it wasn't already all done. Oh man, that's a nightmare.
Yeah, no, I do have a lot of those things set up and automated. I do have geofence, so yeah, I don't worry about it. Some of those things. The technology, yeah, I mean, listening in, learning with Tyler, speaking with the team, yeah, some of that stuff is set up. And yeah, but I got to set it up for the next person. Yeah, and once I can step away, get out of the way, and actually uh, let the business run. I think maybe having a different route may be my answer. Um, but I hear you, Will. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I am. It was a lot, but the technology is there. Smart is really good. I do like it.
I think if you, and I know I'm trying to wrap this up, but I keep it going. The biggest thing, at least in my head, right? You're running one route, you're running 3 days a week. Um, and I hope that at some point Enrique will do the same, is run multiple routes, run multiple days, because you have the customers, um, and allowing them the ability to schedule multiple days during the same week is huge. Then you could potentially double your revenue just from that. And then you start reaching out to a different location. Yeah, you may have to hire another driver. But if you're running different days, like Will said, he runs 6 days a week. One driver can run two different routes as long as they're on different days. It's no problem, especially with Smart and the delivery app. It's not a problem at all. Um, so we definitely have the ways to do it. You just have to be okay and willing to make some change that might make you feel uneasy at first, but in the end, it's going to pay off. We're not going to steer you in the wrong direction. We've, managed and helped a ton of people. So,
Well, having a route every day, you could still have a delivery day back 2 days, right? Yeah, that's how he's got it set up. Um, and you're right. I like you could double the revenue if you have more opportunity to go get it.
and if you turn on that setting that I was talking about, for will call customers right now, if you pick up on Monday, they have that in processing order. System is not going to send them a message on Wednesday unless if that order is ready to be delivered. Then it's going to say, hey, we're going to come by and deliver it. Do you still have stuff for us to pick up? Something like that. But if you enable that setting, it's going to then send them another message to say, hey, we're going to be in your area on Wednesday or tomorrow. If you have stuff, leave it outside. We'll come by and pick it up. Or, say yes and we'll come by and pick it up, whatever it is. This is another area that you can continue to pick up these people's clothes.
Yeah.
Growing opportunity.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we can cut it off there. We're almost 40 minutes over our allotted time, which is all right. But this is all good information.
Yeah. Thanks, Tyler.
Of course. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.